Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to create a website using React.js. So let's get started. This video is for beginner. In this video, I will make one website that is monsters, danger monsters. In this website, I have made 10 cards with the monster image, name and email, and one source component, source field. When I type in the source field, it filtered the monster. And these are the card. So React is made up of component. The danger monster is one component, the source field is one component, and the card field is one component, and all the card are wrapped with one container, that is card wrapper. Itself is a one component, and the whole website is wrapped in the one component, that is main component app. So let's build this app. First of all, let's create one folder, that is app. Inside app, let's open the CMD. First of all, to create an app, we install the create react app globally. So type the command npm install create react app -g. After that, to create an app, type the command that is create app. Name of app is monster. So it will take some time to install the packages. It depends on the internet connection and laptop specification. CMD type code dot. Let's close this. Let's close this. Let's open our folder. This is our folder structure of React. Source folder is the working folder. Let's quickly clear the code. In the App.js, this is main component. Let's remove and type the name, that is it's danger monsters, and let's remove this and import the React from React. Then in the index.js, let's remove report vitals and this, and let's remove the stick mode. After that, let's remove the CSS code. Control S. Index.js, let's add the background color. Let's add like this. So let's run our project. First of all, change the ID to your app name, that is monsters, and type npm start. It will run your project on the browser. So danger monsters. After that, in the app.js, we will fetch the data from the fake API. So let's quickly change the functional component to class-based component. For this, I use React snippet, that is RFCE for the function component, but for the class component, RCE. Let's remove the export, and inside this, let's quickly add the title, that is danger monsters After that, we make a state in the class based component, that is storage of data, which may be come from backend or from the API. So to define the state, we use the constructor. So inside this we call the superclass, then define the state equals to, first of all, monster, that is in the form of array, which may be come from the fake API. So after that, to fetch the data from fake API, we use the lifecycle method, that is component.mount cdm. Inside this, we use the fetch method and the link of the API, https://json placeholder.com.typicode.com/users. It return the promise dot, then response, and response is converted to JSON dot, then and users. It will fetch the user data, and we should pass this data to the monster array. So this dot set state, we update the state with the value monsters to users. Let's save and go to the browser. Let's have a look in the component, in the React component. Let's refresh app. There is a data which may be come from the fake API, address, name, email, and phone number. We make a card component which is responsible to iterate over the monster array. So let's make the card component. New file, no, new folder, not new file, that is card.jsx, and corresponding CSS file, card.css. Inside card, we make a function component, that is refce, and the card component is responsible to iterate over the monster. So to iterate over the card, we import the card component. First of all, add the card. So have a look in the browser. First of all, import it on the main component, that is app. So to import this, we use the auto import card. The card component is responsible to iterate, so we pass the monsters as a prop to the card component. So monsters equals to monsters, then iterate on the card component. So to iterate, we use the map method, that is, first of all, pass the props as a parameter, and for JavaScript code we use the curly braces, props.monsters.map. Inside this, we use a parameter, that is monster anything, and use the arrow function. And let's show their name in h1 tag, props dot monster dot name, monster dot name. Let's save and go to the browser. Monsters is not defined in the App.js. Monsters. Monsters is now defined in the 27. monsters destruction method. Const monsters equals to this dot state. So let's go to the browser. So this will show your name. So let's add the CSS file. First of all, add the class name to div, that is card list. I already made a CSS file. Let's copy it. The YouTube React project card list. Let's simply first of all add the app.css. And the card CSS, that is card list. And let's paste it on. Let's have a look in the browser. After that, let's import the CSS. In the import /card .css. Let's have a look. So in the index.css, body text line center. After that, let's make a card wrapper file, which is responsible to show the image of monster, name of monster, and email of the monster. Let's make card wrapper file. New file. .jsx and new file. .css. Let's close this. Let's close. In the card wrapper, we paste the monster. So let's first of all make the function convert, that is refce card wrapper, and let's import on the main component. And in the card component, we face the card wrapper and pass the monster array. So card wrapper and ID key should be unique, equals to monster.id and pass the props, that is monster equals to monster. Let's close. And in the card wrapper, we paste the data. Let's add the class name, that is card container, and let's add the CSS. Import // .css and let's quickly add the h2. And first of all, we use the props parameter props. In the h2 tag, we use their name, that is props dot monster dot name, and paste the images. In the image tag, image alt equals to monster, and we dynamically fetch the source equals to template literals, that is https://robohash.org/dollar/props.monster.id. After that, question mark set equals to set2, ampersand and size equals to 180 by 180. Let's close the image tag, and in the p tag we show the email, that is props.monster.email. Let's quickly add the card wrapper.css, that is card container. Ctrl C and paste. Let's have a look in the browser. So image is not showing. How to solve this? So let's get back to the VS Code. Why the image is not showing? Image alternative https://robohash.props.monster.id question mark set equals to set2, size equals to 180 by 180. Let's get back to the browser. So in this way we paste the images and their name and the email. So in the app.css, the color of h2 is as FFF. App.js. This is our website. After that, let's add the search box and filter the monster. Let's get back to the browser and add the search box component. New file search.jsx and another file, that is box.css. In the search box we use the function completed rfce. After that we import the css file. Import /search box.css. Then in the search box we add one input type, that is input type equals to search, then placeholder equals to search monster, and close this. Let's import the search box in the main component. It automatically import because I use the auto import extension. Let's get back to the browser and search box. Why the search box is not showing? Search box.jsx input field, and let's quickly add the css for the search box, that is search, Ctrl C and go to the VS Code and add the class name, that is class name equals to, and save it and go to the browser. Search box is not showing. Why is the search box is not showing? In the console, in the component folder, the component source box is showing, but where is the source box? Before this, so in the app, let's move in the top of the card component. There is the source box. So for the title, let's change the color of our title, that is H1 in the app.js, that is as H0696, and let's refresh the page. That is danger monsters. H1 is not working. Why? Because we didn't add the class name app. In the app.css, H1, that is danger monsters. In the index.css, that is H1 color to as H0696. Let's save and go to the browser. Danger monster. So the thing which we are doing now is let's filter the monster. So let's add the source field as a state, which is initially null. We should put the user type data in the source field. After that, we also destruct the source field. And inside this, let's filter the array by using const filter monster equals to use the filter method, that is monsters dot filter. Inside this, pass one parameter and use the arrow function. Then after that, monsters dot name, if include, it changes to lowercase. Then it includes source field to lowercase. That is the case. So let's pass the filter monster to our card component. Filter monster, and in the source box component we pass the props as a placeholder, that is as a string source monsters, and the one function, that is handle change, which is responsible for the updating the state value event. And this dot set state equals to source field e dot target dot value. And let's close the source box. We pass placeholder and handle change as a props to the source box. In the source box, let's import the placeholder and handle change, and pass the placeholder as a placeholder and handle change on the onChange event. onChange equals to handle change. Let's get back to the browser. Handle change. Let's save it and let's get back to the browser. Monster.name to lowercase include is not a function. So in the app.js, const filter monster equals to monsters.filter monster and monster.name to lowercase. So we should pass as a function. So let's filter the monster. Why the monster is not showing? Because card monsters. Let's run our project and go to the browser. It filtered the monster. So when I type, it filtered the monster. This is our website. So if you like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you guys for watching this video.